Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here today to a NASCAR Heat 5 edition on the channel. Welcome. I'm in the camera now. Alright. We're starting things off with a bang tonight. We've got Speed Weeks starting here tonight. We're going to go through, I didn't know what to title this live stream yet. Because I'm likely doing the truck series, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll see if there's any preseason races. If there is a preseason race, we'll do the Clash. I'll edit the title name of the video. If we do not have the Clash available for the Cup Series, then we will run the Truck Series season opener tonight at Daytona. But regardless of the fact, I'm going to take you through the Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and the Truck Series, what the seasons will be before we hop in to whatever race we're going to go off into. So first and foremost, we're going to start off with the Cup Series. We're going to go down custom schedules. Oh, there it is. It's down at the bottom. New custom schedule. So we're just going to call it, what should we call this? I didn't even think this through. Enter name, custom season. We are going to call it Basic NASCAR Season 1, I guess. Or NASCAR Cup Series. Easy enough. Welcome to everybody joining the chat here. Let's go through this. Jacob Westbrook, welcome to the stream. Braden Thompson, welcome to the stream. Sam Stone, A Stark Light, Lionette, Sterling Dixon, Joseph Then, Jacob Comstock, Peyton Tandy, Monkey Friend 27H, King. All of you guys, welcome. Yes, we are doing 100% for every single race on this season. We are going to start things off. Let me see what all tracks are available. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, so here's the bummer with this, and I had a feeling about this. Is obviously you can create your own schedule with this game. Davion West, welcome to the stream also. So obviously you guys know there are custom schedules on this game. I knew there was custom schedules on the game. Now I had to make a backup schedule, and this is why. We're going to go off of my backup schedule. As we scroll through all the tracks, you can only select and create your own schedule based on the tracks that are already in that series. So for the Cup Series, for instance, we can't race at Road America. We can't race at Gateway, Iowa. Those tracks like that. We can't do it. I was afraid of that. I really wanted to add more variety. So that way we weren't going to the same track more than once on the season. But it looks like we're going to have to now. But I had a backup plan just in case that was going to be an issue. I did make sure I created an extra schedule. So I'm going to step away from the chat for right now. What jersey am I wearing? I'm wearing Detroit Tigers. It's just a blank jersey. Got it at Walmart like 5 years ago. I got my hat on backwards today, but I also got a Detroit Tigers Memorial Day hat. But anyway, that's besides the point. So that's kind of a bummer. And I don't think the Clash is going to be available for custom schedule either. Alright, so give me a moment, guys, and we'll get right on with the schedule. It's kind of exciting to reveal this. I was really hoping that I two as soon as it loads. Every track week to week, so that's why I gotta look at this. Angel. So let's see here. Let's get out of there. All right. Race number 1, of course, will be the Daytona 500. I'm sure you guys could have easily predicted that. We're not going to change anything there. From Daytona, we go to Dover. Oh, what kind of order is this in? There it is. Dover will be race number 2. Race number 3, we go to Pocono. Race number 4, we go to Sonoma, first road course race of the season. Gonna race there early. Race number 5, we go to Bristol. Day race at Bristol for the Food City 500. And then we go to Phoenix. Kentucky. Talladega. Texas. Texas at night, might I add. Then we got Kansas. I think I skipped it. No. I don't know what kind of order this is in. It doesn't feel like it's alphabetical order for whatever reason. Then we go to Martinsville. But we're going to save the night race for the playoff race. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I hit the wrong button there. Oh, are you serious? What? That's dumb. What just happened? Oh, man. That's embarrassing. Oh, jeez. Welcome to the live stream. Feel like a noob. I can't believe I did that. Now I gotta start over. Well, you guys know what the first, what was that, 12 races we had there? Already entered. Did it save it? Oh, what? I can't even use that same... What is going on, NASCAR Heat 5? You're not off to a good start here. Oh, jeez. I can't believe I did that. Oh, man. We got 15 people watching already. We haven't even started our first race of the season, so that's awesome. For everybody tuning in, we will have racing tonight with a realistic broadcast. I'm just going through the scheduling here. Just gonna call it NASCAR Cup then. All right. Well, okay. So we had the Daytona 500. We had Dover. Jeez, I gotta go back through and do all this. I don't know how I did that. Joshua White, welcome to the stream. Already saved, Keegan. Go to the bottom. The bottom. I'm already here. Oh, jeez. Well, that just delayed everything by like 2 minutes. Alright, so then we had Pocono, Sonoma. God, why do I... Yes. Not there, though. I don't understand what's going on. Okay, there we go. I don't know why I keep hitting X. I keep hitting X. I'm not supposed to hit X. Pocono. I really hope I don't do that again. Sonoma. Bristol. Oh, this is terrible start. Terrible start to NASCAR Heat 5. Can't even get the words out of my mouth. Phoenix. Kentucky. What was that? Talladega. But yeah, all these will be 100% races for this season. As usual. Realistic broadcast with every race. Kansas. And we had Martinsville Day. We had Richmond. So we got back-to-back short tracks. We go Martinsville, Richmond back-to-back. So I thought that was unique. And trying to add for the schedule. Then we go to Indianapolis. to the Brickyard. Yep. New Hampshire. Watkins Glen for the second road course race of the season. We go to Michigan. Charlotte Roval. Some tracks we will be going to twice. And then after the Charlotte Roval, we run the Coke 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We go back to Daytona for the night race. And then we go to Talladega right after Daytona. So we got back-to-back super speedway races. Las Vegas. Chicagoland. This is where we really start to hit the fun tracks in the season, if you guys couldn't tell already. Pretty much by the time we go to like Watkins Glen on is going to be crazy. Really tried to make it suspenseful. Then we go to Homestead. Second Dover race, so this is going to be the first racetrack we're going to race at a second time on the season would be Dover. Back to Michigan. At Watkins Glen for the second time to round out the regular season. So that's the regular season. There's your 26 race regular season. Let's see what the chat's saying here. Watkins Glen Championship race. No, I already had this schedule put in place, so that's why I'm kind of flying through it. All right, so now into the playoffs. I tried to stack the odds against me in the playoffs for all three series, make things as interesting as I could. So I tried to take all my worst tracks from each of the 4 prior NASCAR Heat games. Tried to figure out what were my worst tracks, the most difficult tracks for me, and this is how I came up with the playoffs. So we got Richmond #1 to start the postseason. Then we go to Chicagoland again. Charlotte Roval for a second time. So your first round of the playoffs for the Cup Series will be Richmond, Chicagoland, Charlotte Roval, with the Roval being the cutoff race in the round of 16. Then we go to the round of 12. We've got Las Vegas for the second race. We've got Bristol, night race at Bristol, might I add. And then we go to Daytona for a third time. We'll make it the night race, obviously. So the round of 12, Las Vegas, Bristol, Daytona. Again, trying to stack the odds against myself. Then we get into the round of 8. And when you couldn't think it would get harder, it does. We go to Phoenix. We go to Martinsville for the night race. And then we go back to Talladega for a third time there. And then the championship race is the one track we haven't raced at all season. And we're saving it for the championship. It will be the Southern 500 at Darlington Raceway. Playoff section, yes. Best of 10. Look at the chat down here, see what you guys think. Mr. Brick, welcome to the stream also. Sorry if I missed anybody else joining the stream there. We got 21 people watching. We haven't even started racing yet. That's awesome, guys. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Did I forget Atlanta? No. Did I forget Atlanta? Let me make sure I didn't. Oh, you're right, Joshua. Oh, no. How did I do that? We got to squeeze Atlanta in there somewhere. You're right. Oh, how do we... Oh, no. Jesus. How did I do that again, man? How do I remove tracks? 24 people watching, thanks. That's a new stream high. Jeez, I've got to... Oh my gosh. Okay, so Atlanta... We'll throw Atlanta in where the second Dover race is. We'll go to Atlanta there. Playoffs are going to remain the same. So we're going to throw Atlanta in at race 24. I don't know how I missed that. I'm sorry for anybody. I've been to Atlanta Motor Speedway. I don't even know how I missed that. Alright, that's the last mistake I'm making, guys. You guys know what the schedule looks like from here on out. But hopefully you guys enjoy what the Cup Series schedule will look like. We'll go into the Xfinity. We'll kind of go quicker through the Xfinity and the Truck Series. Alright, so we had Richmond. Chicagoland. Roval. I missed it. There it is. And round 2, what was that? Vegas, Bristol. That's right. Vegas, Bristol night race, Daytona. Martinsville, Talladega. I'm really glad somebody caught that mistake there, not having Atlanta. You know, I double-checked and triple-checked my schedule to make sure I didn't have any mistakes, and I still made a mistake. How did I forget Atlanta on there? That's insane. Championship at Darlington. Alright, before I submit this, once I find Darlington, okay, so before I submit this, if there's any other mistakes, any other tracks I left out, Wayne Laney, welcome to the stream. Cooper Gaming, also welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's alright, you can friend me. A-okay with that. Alright, so let's advance through that. So is it automatically in here? It is. Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, it did save. Okay, I see what you're saying now. Alright, well, I guess we can delete that. Alright, so this is our schedule. Gonna accept. And we're gonna take Jimmy Johnson for the Cup Series season. Jimmy Johnson. Start off in the Cup Series. Racing for an 8th championship. We will not be starting that tonight. We will be doing the Truck Series race tonight. So now we'll go to Xfinity real quick. We'll try to make this as quick as possible. Try not to spend as much time on the scheduling here. Schedules are different for each series. Be Kyle Busch for Xfinity. Yeah, I'll take you guys Auto Club. Did I seriously forget Auto Club too? Oh my goodness. I hope not. Oh, that's for Xfinity. Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream. I seriously forgot. Oh my god. I'll throw it in there. I'll throw Auto Club in there before I do the Daytona 500. I'll re-edit that schedule off the stream. When I finish the stream tonight, I'll re-edit that. So, yeah, man, I don't know how I did that. Okay, let's just go on to the Xfinity schedule. Xfinity Series. such a dope. Oh, jeez. I don't even know how I did that. All right, Xfinity Series. Let's see. Oh, jeez. I know it was a long work day, but I mean, I've had these schedules put in place for so long, and I don't know how I messed that up. Yeah, I'll put Auto Club in there. I'll figure out how to do that. All right, let's go on to the Xfinity Series. Now I got to go to my backup schedule here too. Maybe it's because it was a backup schedule. My backup schedules weren't as like fully prepared as my real first one. So Daytona. No. Oh, wait. No, it didn't save. Oh my gosh. You could definitely tell this is the first time I've done this, and that I just started this game. Hopefully I don't make this many mistakes in the race tonight. This is a sloppy start to the stream. Alright, Daytona. Race number 1. Race number 2, we go to Charlotte. Oval. Race number 3, we go to Martinsville. Then we go to Phoenix. Auto Club. I didn't forget Auto Club on here. Kentucky. Dover. Talladega. Las Vegas. New Hampshire. Back to Daytona. Road America for the first road course race of the season. There's more variety of road courses here too, so. Alright, so we got Road America. Texas. And then I got the Indy road course on here. I don't see it on the game. I might need to get the DLC. I haven't completely downloaded the DLC yet. I wanted to make sure I got onto here first and got the schedules put in place and the drivers that I want. It says Indiana 250. I'm going to hope that that's the road course, but if not, we'll hope for the best. Keenan Brenning, welcome to the stream. Mr. Pizza, welcome to the stream. Is the All-Star race in the game? Have not figured that out yet. For custom schedules, it doesn't look like it is. I would have to assume career mode it probably is in the game. I don't think it's on the game for championship mode, unfortunately. I didn't see an option for that. Indy road course will be in a patch. Okay. Okay, so road course isn't in the game. Gotcha. Should come Friday. All right, thanks. Thanks for clearing that up, guys. I just honestly didn't know. All right, so we got Indianapolis, Michigan, Pocono, Watkins Glen, Iowa, somewhere on the list. Where's Iowa? Is that Iowa? That is Iowa. That's so tiny. What the heck? It's so tiny you can't even read it. Oh, that's a glitch. All right, well, I was gonna say, I was like, did they forget Iowa in the game? All right, Bristol. Bristol day race, that is. Then we go back to Talladega. Then we go to Chicagoland. Mid-Ohio. Atlanta. Didn't forget Atlanta on this schedule either. It must have just been the Cup Series for whatever reason. Homestead. And Richmond. I skipped it. Richmond. And the final race of the regular season will be Darlington. So, regular season finale at Darlington Raceway. Now on to the playoffs. We got 33 races here. So that means there is 7, or I should say, yeah, 7 playoff races. All right, so on to the playoffs. Let's see here. We're going to kick things off with Daytona. We're going to go to Kansas. We're going to go to the Charlotte Roval. Where's Charlotte Roval at? Oh, okay, there it is. Oh no, that's a glitch too. See, I'm glad you guys are finding this out on my channel tonight. So we got another glitch. There's no Charlotte Roval. And they've got the second Charlotte race, which should be the Charlotte Roval, listed on the oval track for whatever reason. See, I'll put add track. I'll remove it. I'll put the other race, the Alsco 300, add it, still Charlotte. Because there should be a Charlotte Roval on here and there isn't. So you cannot race the Charlotte Roval in the Xfinity Series on custom schedules. Yeah, Daytona 3 times. I told myself I was going to make it as challenging as I could for the playoffs. So that would be why I did that. Well, I guess we're going to have to go to Charlotte. No, wait a minute. We need a road course in the playoffs. We need a road course. We're missing out on one. We'll throw Mid-Ohio in again. No. Yeah, we're going to throw Mid-Ohio in there. Well, that's a bummer. Okay, so after that we go Las Vegas again. Then we go to Martinsville again. And we go to Kansas. No, we already had Kansas in there. What am I doing? I made another... Oh, Darlington. My bad. My bad. I was going to say. I misread that. Darlington for a second time on the Xfinity Series schedule. And then the championship race. The championship race for the NASCAR Xfinity Series will be held, and I can't believe I'm doing this, at Talladega. Why not? Well, we can do this. We can do this on a video game. Sydney Duncan, welcome to the stream. Well, there you go, folks. We're going to get into the racing. Don't worry. We're going to add a playoff. There we go. So Xfinity Series season, who do we use? Comment down below. Who are we going to use for the Xfinity Series? I did not really pick a driver. I was going to leave that up to the chat tonight. If we had enough people, we've got enough people. Comment down below. Whoever I see the most of is who I will pick as the Xfinity Series driver for season 1. So we kind of roll through who we have in the game. Again, I don't have the DLCs right now. We got one vote for Chastain from Leela Z Mutter. Welcome, Keenan. I'm guessing you're thinking of Kyle Busch as well instead of Kurt. Brandon Jones, Noah Gregson, KB. So we've got 3 for Kyle Busch right now. So we got 3 for Busch. Anybody else want to throw any names in the pot? Looks like we got a lot of Kyle Busch's. We will do a second Xfinity Series season. Don't forget that, folks. We're doing 2 seasons for each one of the top 3 series. So if we miss one of your drivers this time, there's a good chance that we can get back to him the next time. CJ McLaughlin. I don't even know who that is, to be completely honest. All right. Well, so it looks like Kyle Busch for the Xfinity Series. We're going to have to try to dominate much like Kyle Busch would. So we're going to run for an Xfinity Series title with Kyle Busch. All right. Awesome. All races on 100%. Truck Series. Custom. Series. So we're going to start off with the first race of the season being Daytona for the Truck Series. So Daytona for the Truck Series will be the first race of the season, and it will be on tonight as soon as we complete what is going to happen with this schedule. So let me log out of here and log into the Truck Series schedule now. So obviously a lot shorter season for the Truck Series. Still going to do the full 23 races. So we go to Daytona, then we go to Martinsville, which I think I skipped. Yep. Pocono, Canadian Tire, Talladega, Richmond, New Hampshire, I think I skipped it. Well, it doesn't. Oh, that's right. They don't race at New Hampshire. God, you guys are finding the typos in the schedules tonight. Okay, well, there's no New Hampshire, so it looks like we're going to have to think of another track on the fly when we get down towards the end of the regular season. So we'll just skip ahead. We'll go to Kansas for the next race. Eldora. Las Vegas. Dover. Phoenix. Homestead. Kentucky. Looks like we're going to have to add a track and replace there. So we're going to replace that New Hampshire race I had in there with Atlanta. So we'll throw Atlanta, and then Bristol will be the final race of the regular season. So then on to the playoffs. We go back to Canadian Tire for a second time. Throw 2 road courses at the same track for the Truck Series. Of course, that's the only Truck Series race there. We'll go to Martinsville, Daytona. Noticing a trend with the super speedways, I'm sure you guys are. So that will be the first round of the playoffs. Will be Canadian Tire, Martinsville, Daytona for the Truck Series. Then we go to Iowa, Michigan, Talladega, with the championship race at Las Vegas for the Truck Series. So that is a look at your Truck Series 2020 schedule on the channel. Channel is blowing up. Yes, it is. Davion West, you say Gateway. Yeah, we couldn't fit every single track on here with racing at some tracks twice. That we wouldn't have raced at twice originally, like Daytona, Talladega. So that's why Gateway's left off the schedule. I think there's another track left off the schedule, if I'm not mistaken. Is it No, not Kansas. There is another. There would have to be one other track that's left off the schedule, I think. Oh, we're not going to get too into detail, I guess. Charlotte's left off. Okay, so Charlotte, yeah, that would make sense. The extra Daytona and Talladega race, Charlotte and Gateway are left off. All right. Yes, we will add a playoffs. All right. Vote again down below. Who are we going to use tonight for the Truck Series to start our season at Daytona? And not only who we will use tonight, but who will we use for the entire season? Set me a friend request. All right, I'll get to that, Cooper, at the end of the stream when I go back to re-edit my Cup Series schedule. Want Keegan to get to 1,000 subs. That'd be awesome. Let's try to get to 300 tonight. That's doable. We got Chase Elliott. That's true. Chase Elliott is in the game. We got Crafton, Ben Rhodes. Bubba. I don't think Bubba's in the Truck Series. We're not using Kyle Busch again because we're using him for the Xfinity, so I'm going to take that out of consideration here. Johnny Sauter. So we got 2 for Sauter. Making sure you guys don't put in more than once. I'm not going to count the same vote more than once. So we got Chastain. So we got 2 Chase Elliott's and 2 Johnny Sauters right now. We need a tiebreaker. Johnny Sauter or Chase Elliott? We got another Elliott. It looks like Chase Elliott it is. Fan favorite Chase Elliott will be the driver. I love this paint scheme. I love his Hooters Cup. I love his Hooters Cup Series scheme, but this Hooters truck paint scheme looks pretty slick too. So yep, we're going to use Chase Elliott for the first season of the Truck Series. Again, this is the first season, so we're going to do the custom schedules now, get them out of the way, and then the second time around, we'll end up running the normal schedules that were supposed to be put in place before COVID-19 took place. So that is why you see the schedules that you do right there. We're going to go into the settings real quick. So these settings will be for all 3 series. Nothing's going to change here. Difficulty preset at expert. Manual transmission as usual. Yeah, all that's the same. We're not going to hide the cockpit wheel. I saw that. It looked kind of weird. 105 for the AI difficulty. As usual, full damage. 100% race length. Normal fuel and tire wear because we're doing full races. Normal there. More grip, help us with the longer runs, as usual. Gonna go strict yellow, and we're gonna do single race stages. There will be no, also Tim Lambert, welcome to the stream, but there will be stage racing come season 2, so that will be the difference. So from season 1 in each series to season 2, season 1, there will be no stage racing, and there will be still a playoffs But that's pretty much the only change. And then obviously custom schedule versus season 2 will not be custom schedule. It'll be the normal schedules with stage racing playoffs. And here's all the presets. I know you guys were asking on NASCAR Heat 4 over the last couple streams what the presets were, so you can always go back to this video here on what the presets will be. Alright. Channel is blowing up though. Yeah, 24 people watching. Holden Mason, welcome to the stream. Like the Hyde cockpit wheel because steering in the game is never matches. Jeremy Hawk, welcome to the stream. Doing pretty good. We're going to save changes. Make sure I had that right because I've made a couple mistakes tonight. All right, yep. So that's pretty much all we had to look at. We'll have strict yellows. Strict yellows for every race except for road course races will be relaxed. That's normal. That's what we've always had on the channel. So here we go. We got 100 laps at Daytona tonight for the Truck Series. So I'm going to change the title of the video right here, right now. Gander Truck Series. It's one of 23. At Daytona live stream. All right. Save. I think we're about to get underway. Got the controller here tonight. I didn't go through the settings. Race a friend or 39 others in our lobbies online. Oh, that's different. Oh, okay. Got a couple advertisements here. That's kind of different. Or loading screen. Alright, don't have to look at the schedule. We got the chat up full now. Oh yes, Holden, I definitely remember you. 25 people watching. That is a new stream record. New stream record. Alright. Do I just advance through this or is this still the loading screen? 27 people watching. Alright, thanks for everybody tuning in for the season opener at Daytona. Hopefully volume's okay. If it is not okay, I will adjust that before tomorrow night's stream. So I'm just putting that out there. And sorry for the dark lighting. It's obviously nighttime. So not much natural light in my room right now. But that does not look like Chase Elliott. I can tell you that much. We're not going to practice. We're not going to qualify. So we're going to start from the rear here in tonight's race. The Xterra Energy 250 at Daytona. First race of the season with the controller here tonight. We'll get into the realistic broadcast as we usually do on the channel. So without further ado, we're going to hop on into the Xterra Energy 250. Who will win the season opener at Daytona? Who will lock themselves into the playoffs through the 16 race regular season full of a custom schedule? Here we go. Matthew Quaz, welcome to the stream. Mike Harmon. Tyler Ankrum, both starting at the rear of the field with Grant Enfinger on the pole for tonight's race at Daytona International Speedway. This should be a fun one to kick off the season. We're going to start from the rear. That puts us in the 34th starting position, if not, or sorry, 30th starting position for tonight's race. And the green flag is in the air. Grant Enfinger will lead the field to the green, and we are underway. NASCAR Heat 5 season premiere on the channel tonight. 100 laps to decide the winner of the race. No stage racing necessary here for this season. Where will we be by the finish? And not to mention as well, there is a new rule that I will have. There's no 3-strike rule. Oh, a little loose off of turn 2 and contact made with Tyler Ankrum on turn 1 and 2 to start the season. We are very loose right now. And I mean extremely loose. Again, no practice rolling into this game, no qualifying, just straight racing here at Daytona, so the handling of the truck is kind of all over the place, but we're going to have to survive to the end of the first run. Definitely going to have to be careful with the bump drafting with as loose of a truck as we have. To the inside of the 00 of Angela Ruck. We'll have Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch, Cup Series regulars, fighting for a championship here in the Truck Series season. Wins mean a lot. There are no stages, so simply race finishing points, but playoff points for winning each race is still going to have to be a constant reminder from race to race. We know we have a tough schedule in the playoffs for all three series. So that just goes to show that we have with a tough playoff schedule, we're going to need as many playoff points, so as many wins as we can in the regular season to help us out. Jump into the middle lane now, off the bottom now for the first time since rolling into turn 1 at the start of the race. Back to the bottom of the track again. It seems to be the preferred line early on here in this one. Now the problem with where the you guys cannot see the track map, but I guess that's not a huge problem here at Daytona. Everybody will be clustered together in one pack, so I'll work on that going forward as well. So sorry for that. But Speed Week starts here. We've got the Truck Series tonight, the Xfinity Series season opener tomorrow, with the Daytona 500 on Thursday. So that is what we are looking for here. 3 wide middle. Got to be careful with as loose of a car as we have in the early going of this race. Working the lines pretty well though from the very beginning of this one. Tough to tell who's leading without the track map in play down there in the lower left hand corner of the screen. We got the camera in play rather. 3 wide middle, a little contact with Austin Wayne Self. Maybe trying to get to the bottom as we're all boxed in, going 3 by 3 through the field. Very tight. Gustine in the 32 truck. Oh, contact with Austin Wayne Self rolling into the corner again. Getting down the gas slightly, down to the bottom of the track. Still 3 wide, center of the corner. Front row, Joe Nemechek is there. And now 4 wide through the tri-oval here at Daytona in the Truck Series. Contact between the 87 and 32 to the outside. How did we make it through there 4 wide? But it does seem like at least the middle and bottom lanes are working pretty evenly right now, so that's good to see. Both for the race and for the sake of the game. I know that a lot of people are new joining in tonight to see what the gameplay is like for NASCAR Heat 5. It looks like a single file freight train line at the front of the field on the bottom. Not many trucks lined up on the top. Long way to go, and without stage racing, you're probably not going to see as desperate of racing in the very beginning of this one, although we have seen 4 wide action early on. Best lap ever already. 95 laps to go. We're already 5 laps complete, but 100 laps is not long at Daytona. These Truck Series races, as you guys know from the past, very short compared to the Cup Series races. We will likely have 2 pit stops in the race tonight, and that will be about it. To the outside, a big run down the back straightaway. On the top, through the middle now on Ty Majeski in the 45. Got to clear him. He did not have any help on the very top side of the track. We're getting a great pull off of the 4, it looks like, of Raphael Lessard. And no, it's actually Riley Hurst in the 51. Slight contact. We're actually working the outside to pretty good work right now. Just not a lot of help behind us. Most of the help has been in front. And as the tires start to wear off, we're going to see how loose this truck is going to get. We started off with a loose truck in the beginning. It's only going to get looser as the tires wear out. It does feel like the AI has improved. We're getting through the field because of the draft, but It feels like every line at Daytona is working tonight, but we dropped to the bottom where the most trucks are. And now 3 wide on Austin Hill and Josh Reaume in the 33. Into the top 5, a big run to the back of the 99 truck of Ben Rhodes for Thor Motorsports. Got very loose getting into turn 1. Pit window here tonight, looking at about 36 to 40 laps on a full tank of fuel at Daytona for the Truck Series in this race. So that's what makes up the 2 pit stops here today. Wondering what kind of pit strategy might go into it throughout the course of the event. Big bump draft to the back of the 52 of Friesen off of turn 4. Looking to the inside of Friesen. Big side draft. Not a lot of help behind him. And we're going to make the pass. Chase Elliott up to 3rd, looking to win the season opener in the Truck Series. Grant Enfinger leads. Matt Crafton 2nd. 2 Thor Motorsport teammates have pushed each other towards the front of the field as we run caution free in the early going of the season opener. Quite a big run in the draft. The top 2 have really pulled away. Crafton keeps peeking to the inside of his teammate, but he just can't have the run to get around him. Big pull from the 24 of Chase Elliott. To the outside goes Elliott, but again, not a lot of help. Maybe trying to side draft the 88 truck in the center of the corner, slowing this lead group down, so maybe we can get some pull from some trucks behind us. It is a 3-horse race at the front of the field right now. 2 Fords and a Chevrolet. Stuart Friesen, Josh Reaume. Right there. Pretty quiet early on, but a lot of things still to come here in this one. Jacob Westbrook. Yes, we did use Chase Elliott for this season in the Truck Series. We're right there. Big run to the back of the 88 now of Matt Crafton to the inside into 1. Big side draft. Caution for the first time this season. Caution on lap 11 here at Daytona. Jesse Little and Angelo Ruck at the rear of the field will hit pit road. Why not? Maybe trying to get off strategy a little bit. Nothing to lose. All 32 trucks on the lead lap. So a pretty hotly contested start in this one. Joseph Then. Which driver am I using? I'm using Jimmy Johnson in the Cup Series. Chase for 8. And then no stage racing for these custom schedules. So we just had our first caution of the race and the season. A pretty good restart. Bottom lane proceeds. Grant Enfinger quickly got in front of the 88 of Crafton. Elliott to the inside, looking for the first lead of the race on lap 14. Enfinger has led the most early. Chase Elliott to the front of the field. Trying to get a Truck Series championship to Elliott. He, of course, won an Xfinity Series title his rookie season. Running full-time in the Xfinity Series. We're going back in time now to try and get him a Truck Series title. Lining up to the back bumper now is Josh Reaume in the 33. With the win and you're in stipulation still on the line in the playoffs despite no stages, we'll see how this outside will work. More Thor Motorsport teammates working together for the moment until Enfinger jumped to the inside. Or sorry, Ben Rhodes rather jumped to the inside. Really hard to tell the Thor Motorsport trucks apart. They all have silver, the chrome looking front bumpers of the car. Johnny Sauter on the outside. Big run there and a big block from Elliott in the center of the corner. Another big run, a little bit of tandem action going on between the Thor Motorsport trucks. A third truck of Matt Crafton now on the top side. So 3 of the Thor Motorsport trucks are working the outside lane. Reum back to the bottom, barely cleared him. That was a close call. Big run coming from the 13 of Johnny Sutter. Couldn't hold on to it. Crafton to the outside, 3 wide. Oh, man! Contact from behind. A big bump trap from the 98. Johnny Sutter takes the lead at the start-finish line that time after Elliott was only able to lead a lap. Big pull, big side draft on Sutter going into 1. Can we clear him? Got to get a push from Enfinger. Big push. And clear to the top side of the racetrack. You can really tell that there is huge runs coming for a lot of these guys behind us, especially when we're in the lead since the restart. Very hard to block even 2 lanes. Got to make things very interesting going forward. 3rd lane up the middle. Reum trying to fight back into this thing. Another lead change at the line. Here comes Sutter. Contact up towards the top of the track. And Johnny Sutter with a big run on the top all by himself. Pushed from behind now from Enfinger again. Austin Hill is in the mix. He's in the top 5. We got loose off the exit of 2 again. 3 wide for the lead down the back straightaway. And a push now from Austin Hill. In the 16, Sutter, not a lot of help. This is going to get tight into turn 3. Great Truck Series action in the season opener here tonight. Inside line with Enfinger and Rhodes. 98 and 99 trucks working together. Oh, tried to side draft, a little contact with the 99 of Ben Rhodes. Trying to get back to the inside, a little side draft on Ben Rhodes again. You can really see the side draft works a lot better in this game versus NASCAR Heat 4. It worked good in NASCAR Heat 4, but not as good as what you're seeing here in this one tonight. We're really able to stall the lanes out. But it just seems like Austin Hill can't stay connected with us quite as long. Big run now. 99 moves up 3 wide up the middle to cut in front of the 52 of Friesen. And up to 2nd place now behind the 98 of Enfinger, who has led the most laps early and looks very strong. Big pull with the side draft now to the outside goes Rhodes. That's going to help the 98 of Enfinger to lead this next lap. And a big push coming out from Friesen. 82 laps to go. Plenty of time. Only Angelo Ruck and I believe Gustine, if I remember correctly, I could be wrong on that one, pitted under the lone caution back on lap 11. Am I doing DNF myself? Yes, so that is the new DNF rule that I have. So there are no DNFs for myself, but here's what will happen. There's a 5-minute clock in real life, in actual NASCAR. There's a 5-minute clock if you get caught up in a crash. We're going to call it a 5-second clock. If it's up to 5 seconds of damage, we can repair it. Anything over 5 seconds of damage, I cannot repair. And I will have to try and limp it around with what I've got damage-wise. So that's going to put the pressure on me to run as clean as I can. So anytime you see 3 wide action, such as these super speedways as you're seeing tonight at Daytona, that puts a lot of stress on myself trying to keep the truck or car clean, depending on what series I'm in, to not get involved in an accident, because if I do, the race is likely over. Caution is out for the 2nd time here tonight. Enfinger leads at the line again there at the time of the caution. That's our 2nd one. And nobody is going to hit pit road this time. Angela Ruck has worked her way up through half the field since the last restart. So lap 11 and lap 20 will be the first 2 cautions of the race here tonight. So not very long green flag runs at all to start. Ravish, welcome to the stream. Now you want some chicken wings. Yeah, Hooters.com. You see on the back of the truck there. Enfinger leads the lap out under caution. So nobody hits pit road there. We are not going to give up the track position. We are going to stay towards the front. A lot of which just try not to be in the middle of the pack in case we get the big one. Seems like a couple of single car incidents have brought out the first couple cautions. Green flag is back in the air again here at Daytona. Trying to get up to speed, trying to keep to the side of the 98 event finger. Big side drafting going on right now, trying to get as close as we can without making contact. So we're about 20 laps away from green flag pit stops. Only 2 trucks have pit so far. Can't quite stall the inside lane out long enough. No help behind us. As they are going 3 wide back there. Friesen backs off of the 98. He's trying to get a push from Tanner Gray in the 15. And Friesen's going to get to the inside. Big push coming down from behind from Riley Herbst. Up the middle, 3 wide for the lead for Chase Elliott. What a move to get underneath the 98. Enfinger gets freight trained towards the back of the field. Oh, contact as we about got hooked on the 22. Quarter of the way home next time by. Sydney, that is true. We have had great racing action so far here tonight. Truck Series almost never disappoints. As well as super speedway racing for the most part. All the trucks move to the outside here, seemingly down the backstretch. Tanner Gray looks to the inside. Looking for his first lead of his career. A little tight getting into the corner, that's rare. Drove it in a little deep, but we're able to get up to second place behind Stuart Friesen in the 52. A lot of comers and goers so far in the early going of the race. And a big run now to the back of the 24 truck to the inside. Barely enough room to get under Friesen. I believe he led that lap at the line. It was close. And now the side drafting is going on with the battle for the clean air at the front of the field. Not that that means a lot with the runs that everybody is getting here tonight. Fogelman and the 02 truck. Now giving us a big bump draft. Trying to get away now from Stuart Friesen on the top. He's going to come down and try and side draft us getting into turn 3. Neck and neck for the lead. Right as it seemed like we had the momentum, here comes Friesen back on the top side again. First race of our Speed Weeks edition for the custom schedules on NASCAR Heat 5 tonight, with the Xfinity Series tomorrow night. At about 8:15 to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time will be the start time for that race. We'll hop right into the race. We know what the schedules look like. And then we'll have the Daytona 500 on Thursday. Likely going to be an evening start time for that one, so that way we can get as many viewers as possible. Three wide back now for second place. Fogelman, Friesen, and Ryum. Tanner Gray is also in the top 5 in the mix. I believe the second car on the inside line. 73 laps to go. 2 cautions early on, couple single car incidents, and that's about it. Very congested 3x3 racing through the pack. And the reason why we're using this camera angle for the most part this season and not the far back cam is because it makes it more difficult for myself on trying to make these blocks, especially in the super speedways. And for difficulty reasons alone, that's the only reason I'm using this cam more often than not. 3 laps now led consecutively. That's the most consecutive laps we have led tonight. I believe that's only 5 or 6 total in the early going here at Daytona. We're going to alternate through the cameras for the first time on NASCAR Heat 5 next time by. What wheel is that? Yeah, that's the same wheel I've been talking about for a while. Again, it's strictly for the PlayStation. Not sure exactly which one it was. I bought it for about $100 off Amazon back when NASCAR Heat 2 was still out. So it's, I mean, outside of a normal PlayStation wheel, I got like a middle-of-the-line wheel. Because, I mean, at the time, NASCAR Heat 2, obviously NASCAR Heat's gotten better in progression, game to game, but and by the way, I did get asked about a career mode. I will be doing a career mode as well, but the championship mode is going to be the first focus. Maybe get an episode or two in by the weekend. But there's a lot of people, a lot of other gamers doing career mode. This is my favorite part of the channel, is doing these full race live streams on championship mode with a realistic broadcast. And I knew with the custom schedules we were going to have a lot of fun with it, so that's what I wanted to start off with here for the first video. So I took you guys through about the first 20 minutes or so of the stream tonight, going through what schedules was. The inside really got stacked up there with Fogelman on the inside. Austin Wayne Self came shooting up the middle, and Sheldon Creed is still working the top lane near the wall. Truck hasn't really loosened up much. We got a little bit of rear bumper damage. It's strictly from getting bump drafted from behind, and that's about it. It might make the truck just a little bit looser, but for the most part, handling has not changed over the course of the run. Very surprising. Does the wheel say V900? No, it's literally got the PlayStation emblem right in the center of it. But you guys will be seeing me use that once I get the settings for it. Likely for speed weeks, I'll probably be using the controller for each of the 3 series to start the season at Daytona. After that, it'll be a little different. Barely able to make the block on Fogelman that time. 32 laps in the books here at Daytona International Speedway tonight. A crazy race from the get-go. And here comes the 22 of Austin Wayne Self. Big run on the outside, basically all by himself. He's got trucks lined up behind him, which will help, but Tanner Gray's got quite a big gap. Now a bump trap from behind as we about got hooked from the 15 of Tate Fogelman, or sorry, the 02 of Fogelman. The 15 of Gray is on the outside, getting pushed by, I believe, the 88 of Crafton. I could be wrong. Could be the 98 as we get pushed up into the side of the 22 from the 02 from behind. Young goes fading back through the middle lane now as they go 3 wide off of turn 2. Couple of very interesting moments. Ravish Blue Castleberry Jr. would be great, but I think that would be best reserved for Winval to be using there. Now I'll just simply use my name for the career mode. Johnny Sauter up to second all by himself. We've seen how fast the Thor Motorsport trucks are when they are in the front. They are very difficult to pass. Oh, Sauter with a big block on Fogelman on the outside, trying to stall out the outer lane. Sauter doing all the blocking work now. He's waiting to get a big run so he can make a move for the lead. A lot of aggressive racing here early on. Here comes the 02 of Fogelman once again. I promised a couple laps ago we'd do it, but now for sure we will do it this time by. We'll alternate through the cameras for the first time, our version of a Crank It Up on the channel. For the next about handful of laps, we'll be alternating through the different camera angles on this game. Big run coming to the top side. Cannot block it in the center of the corner. Fogelman wants the lead with Tanner Gray pushing from behind. A lot of drivers you wouldn't normally see, knowing that there's not 1 but 2 super speedway races now in the regular season. We added Talladega to the regular season, unlike what the actual Truck Series schedule looks like, having that race in the playoffs. We have an additional Daytona and Talladega that will be reserved for the postseason. But there is 2 chances this year for, very good chances I should say, for upset winners. Will we see that happen here tonight? You can see the 02 truck still staying to the inside. The very big side draft there to just stay on the right rear corner panel. Big run to the outside into turn 1. He is still there. Oh, and a bobble in the center of the corner, and a push now from Sauter trying to help us out. He didn't want to get out of the gas. Big run on the bottom of the track. A lot more organized on the bottom than what we are on the top. Trying to get the pole into turn number 1 and clear of the 02 and the 13 in the center of turns 3 and 4. Another additional camera. We had the hood cam on the prior camera on the last lap. This lap we have the new addition to NASCAR Heat 5, the roof cam. Oh, barely blocked Sauter. That stalled the middle lane out. Here comes the 52 getting pushed by the 32 on the bottom of the track. Very, very tight at the front of the field. We are less than 10 laps away from green flag stops, and now 3 wide in the middle. Trying to side draft the 52 to the inside, and now the 32 makes a move. 3 wide for the lead through the trial. No, he ducks in line back behind him instead and pushes the 52 of Friesen out towards the front of the field. Stuart Friesen leads at Daytona. Oh, contact slightly. And just able to get to the inside. There was plenty of room between the 32 and the 33 truck. Gustine in the 32 was at the rear at the beginning of the race. No longer is that the case. Started in 28th. Remember, 2 trucks pitted under the first caution. We had 1 caution since nobody had pit during that yellow. Friesen made a big block going into turn 1 there, really chopped our momentum off. Top 2 in the front of the field by quite a bit. Friesen is having a great run so far. Jacob Westbrook, the day is going by great. It'll be even better tomorrow, and I'll be off work for the week and really dig deeper into NASCAR Heat 5 compared to what we already are here tonight. Nice push from Josh Reaume. Probably nice that we get organized now, knowing that green flag pit stops will be coming up very shortly. We are only a handful of laps from finding out just exactly how the green flag stops will go. 40 laps in the books to the inside of Friesen. Big run into turn 1 and a big side draft as well. Trying to get to the point before we make it to pit road. We not only have to stay organized coming to the pits, but we also have to make sure that we have drafting help on the way. Bump draft from behind from Josh Reaume in the 33. Down to the inside of Friesen once again. Friesen going to try to throw the block, but couldn't quite get there in time. Another big side draft into the corner. Reaume is there. He will push us to the lead off of turn 4. Chase Elliott in the 24 truck. Back to the lead again. Favorite NASCAR Cup Series driver? Ryan Blaney is my favorite driver. You guys see me wear his merchandise a lot for the post-race analysis videos, because those are always filmed on race day, right after the race is over. So I'm usually still wearing my gear. For the predictions video as well, you can tell if I filmed that day or if it was the day prior simply by what I'm wearing. If I'm wearing Ryan Blaney gear, I filmed it the morning of the race. Spent a lot of time at the front of the field so far, despite starting at the rear. No practice or qualifying rolling into this thing, as you guys saw. Literally the only thing I did when I turned this game on and it downloaded, I opened the game up. I tried to get the sound quality right about where I think it should be. By the way, if the sound quality is perfect, comment down below if it is or not, so that way I know for future reference going forward on this game. And then also, I just basically, I took pictures of the presets from what I had in NASCAR Heat 4 and put them here into this. Hopefully they were the same. Again, I'm a little loose at Daytona, so setup wise, I don't use custom setups either. I don't plan on doing that unless I'm completely out of the competition level here on NASCAR Heat 5, which is possible. So we are 3 wide, 3 by 3 through the field, and we might have some drivers pitting this time by. This could get dicey, and I think we're going to have to bring it onto pit road now so we don't risk running out of fuel. Handful of cars onto pit road. Oh, as we get slammed from behind from Josh Reaume, trying to make our way onto pit road without speeding. At the very last second, a little bit of damage was occurred. Actually try to qualify for Daytona 500. I will qualify for the Daytona 500. I'll probably start at the rear tomorrow in the Xfinity, do the same thing, no practice, no qualifying, jump right into it, but I'll probably practice qualify a little bit for the 500 for Thursday. I'll have more time because I'm off of work. So first off of pit road, it looks like everybody behind us took 4 fresh tires, and I would have to assume the rest of the field that did not pit last lap will be pitting this lap. Maybe a couple of cars will try to stay out, make it a couple laps longer. For track position purposes, as we get a huge shot from Matt Crafton now coming out of the pits, trying to tandem as we get up to speed. The third truck is in line as well behind him, and that's Brett Moffitt. So kind of like a 3-truck tandem per se. Again, no... I can't tell exactly where the leaders are on the track map for right now. Yeah, you can see there were at least some guys that stayed out again, as we have a lot of trucks coming out of pit road. And they are side by side coming onto the track. That could be tight for the drivers trying to get up to speed back behind. We got to look out for it. Oh, we got loose slightly into the wall now as we got pushed there from Crafton as we try to catch the leaders up ahead. That's going to cost us time. Trying to stay with the lead draft. And now they get held up. Crafton gets into the back of the 33 of Reaume, I believe. Could be wrong on who exactly that was. It was actually Joe Nemechek in the 87. So we all try to get up to speed. So after green flag stops, the first pit stop of the season, and on NASCAR Heat 5 was a green flag stop. Oh boy. Oh, Crafton gets sideways in the center of the tri-oval and makes the save. Unbelievable. What a save from the 88 of Crafton. And a push coming from Moffitt once again. Caution. Jesse Little, Angela Ruck. Remember, were the 2 drivers that had pitted under the first yellow, so that's why they stayed out a little longer. Caution is out, though, on the racetrack. This will bunch the field back together again soon after the green flag stops. I'd have to assume it was somebody coming out of the pits that got ran over. Zane Smith will get the free pass in 29th. Jennifer Jo Cobb is out of the race. And Riley Herbst and Christian Eckes will both be stuck a lap down. No, just cycling through green flag pit stops there, Joshua. That's all that happened. We're going to restart in fifth. Everybody stayed out, of course, except for the top two who did not yet pit under green. Green flag is back in the air here at Daytona as we near the halfway mark. Next time by, we will be halfway home here tonight, flying through this season opener and the first race of Speed Weeks. 3 wide to the inside. Rafael Assard in the mix already as we hop in line behind Johnny Sauter. Up in front of the Ford truck now, but that's going to give up the bottom as we're hooked on the truck that is down there of Matt Crafton in the 88. Crafton with a huge head of steam was able to get under us, trying to get alongside of his teammate there, Johnny Sauter perhaps. And now look at the big run coming in behind us in the 56 truck. That's Tyler Hill, an unsponsored team running into the top 5 at Daytona. From 5th to 1st in 1 lap on the restart for Chase Elliott with a Matt Crafton 88 truck, followed by Ross Chastain behind. Cross flags in the air. We're halfway home, 50 laps down, 50 to go. And the Gander Outdoor Truck Series at Daytona for the season opener. And here comes Sauter again on the top. Big run coming. Mike Harmon started at the rear. After failing optical scanning before the race, he has worked his way up. Doesn't matter where you start at Daytona, anybody could win. Side by side, Sauter does not have as much help as we do with Sauter's teammate on the bottom behind us of Matt Crafton. Crafton still pushing us. Now let's go, but clear at the line. Another lead change. Sorry, that was actually not a lead change. Sauter did not lead the lap that time despite getting the bumper out in front of us. We've arguably led the most laps up to this point. We have spent a lot of time in the top 5 since we have gotten to this point. We did not lead our first lap until the 14th lap of the race. That was off the very first restart as we go top to bottom down the backstretch. Got to be careful. Our truck got really loose when we were doing that. Very hard to control the lanes back and forth drastically, at least with the controller, as we did there, because the truck very, very close to slipping out from under us. So we slipped up the track off of turn 4. Grant Enfinger will get the push from Ross Chastain in the 40 and get themselves to the lead. The 94 to the inside of Marcus Hook. Haven't seen him at the front of the field. He's being pushed by the 98 of Enfinger as we have 2 lines working top and bottom here at Daytona. We're going to close into the back bumper now of Crafton, now up the middle for second place. Chastain at the front of the field. We know he's aggressive when he's out in the lead. 3 wide for second. Chastain just trying to block us for right now on the outside. That is going to allow Marcus Hook in the 94 truck to get to the bottom. Locking bumpers. The 94 and 98 on the bottom with the 40 and the 24 on the top. 47 laps to go. Oh, contact with the 98 of Enfinger. Simultaneously trying to side draft that breaks up for bump drafting at the front of the field, but that could have been a heck of a lot worse than what it was. Big run on the bottom of the track behind Enfinger. Every man for themselves at Daytona. Enfinger trying to squeeze the 40 truck to the outside. That opens it up on the bottom. 3 wide now for second place. Chase Elliott on the bottom of the track getting pushed by the 51 of Christian Eckes. Or no, that is Kyle Busch in the 51. Got to remember there's 2 51 trucks. We've got Kyle Busch and Christian Eckes. That will be confusing throughout the course of the season. But the 2 Cup Series regulars running for points in the Truck Series here on NASCAR Heat 5 this season are up at the front of the field, running second and third, trying to work their way around rookie Marcus Hook in the 94 car, truck rather, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is a generated truck. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm really sorry if I got it wrong, and it's not a generated driver. regardless of the fact Marcus Hook is leading at Daytona. Still one more pit stop at least to go through, even for the two trucks that pitted under that third caution of Angelo Ruck. I believe it was a Little, if I remember correctly, also pitted under that caution. They were the only two that did not pit under green. They were able to make it 10 laps longer. Cautions came out about 3 to 4 laps after the green flag stops. So we're going to get to the inside of Marcus Hook. He left the bottom open just enough into turn 3. Big side draft now. Down towards the bottom. Kyle Busch to push. The 24 and the 51. Elliott leads the lap at the line. Who would have thought it would be Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch in a Truck Series race leading the field, but now caution is out with Elliott in the lead. 44 to go, our fourth caution of the race tonight. He's a driving teacher? That's awesome. I'm glad you Googled that. Your dad said he downloaded NASCAR so he can write. Oh, that's funny. So we're just outside the pit window. Looks like Mike Harmon is pitting. Christian Eckes is pitting. Riley Herbst got the free pass back in 30th. So here we go. Nobody can make it on fuel from here. 41 laps to go. The green flag is in the air at Daytona again following caution number 4. Quickly going to jump up to the top right in front of Marcus Hook. Trying to stall this outside lane out so that way in the center of the corner we can hopefully move to the bottom. Hook is able to block the 51 of Kyle Busch to the bottom of the track though. That made it easier for us to make the move with Hook dropping down instead. Little bobble in the center of the corner. Off the exit of turn 2. Still trying to get up to speed now down the backstretch. Look at the run the 22 truck of Austin Wayne Self has. Hook able to block down low for second. Almost slid underneath Elliott in the 24 truck for the lead, but not quite. Working our way back up to speed to the start-finish line. 40 laps to go, 60 laps down in the Gander Outdoor Truck Series race for the season premiere of NASCAR Heat 5 here tonight of our championship mode season for the Truck Series. Oh, look at there's a truck about third in line on the inside that drastically moved to the bottom. 3 wide now through the center of the corner. Off of turn 2. Trying to block all 3 lines down the backstretch. Austin Wayne Self got a little loose there up the middle. The 98 and the 94. Tag team and working together. Now we get split through the sucker hole. 3 wide up the middle. Quickly jumping down now in front of Kyle Busch in the 51. Major bump drafting going on at Daytona as we quickly fall from 1st to 5th at about a quarter of a lap. Big run on the bottom though after the push from Kyle Busch. Back up the middle again between the 98 and the 99. Clearing of the 99 now of Ben Rhodes, but not going to be able to clear Enfinger on the bottom. Dropping in line, 3rd place right behind Enfinger. Marcus Hook leading the field. Big bump draft from the 24 to the 98. Now to the inside of Enfinger. Loosen him up with the bump draft getting into the corner. Then we got loose ourselves in the center of the corner and can't quite complete the pass. Trying to get a pull off the 94. We're just not quite able to do it. Maybe if we can get a little bit more help from Kyle Busch, we can. Instead, we're going to actually be able to clear the 98 of Enfinger anyway. Pull back to the outside. Kyle Busch busy side drafting back there with Ben Rhodes for 4th. As Marcus Hook leads the field, trying to qualify himself for the playoffs down the Truck Series you do have to be scored in the top 20 in the point standings despite winning a race. So it's not like the Cup Series where it's top 30. It's top 20 in the Trucks and Xfinity Series. So he will still have to stay in the top 20 throughout the first 16 races into the playoffs. Only a 16 race regular season. Also, addition, this year in the Truck Series, instead of 8 drivers, it is 10 drivers who can lock themselves into the playoffs. So that was a new addition to NASCAR in general for the point system for the Truck Series. So we will have 10 drivers in the playoffs instead of 8. Single file freight train line on the inside. We haven't seen that much today as we lock bumpers now with the 94 of Hook. Please get Jimmy Johnson his 8th title. I will give it a shot. That is for sure. What a call we can make it if we can actually call Jimmy Johnson winning the 8th title a realistic broadcast. Even if it is video game. Still be awesome. Hook has been blocking us top to bottom here. Look at the moves he is putting on us to try and hold on to the lead as we could not shake him. 36 to go. Enfinger going to line up right behind us again. Kyle Busch in the mix. Always got to look out for him in the Truck Series. Matt Crafton is in 5th. And locking bumpers now is the 98 and the 24. We have seen variations of Thor Motorsport trucks at the front of the field today. All 4 trucks have been inside the top 5 at some point in time. Very often you see multiple of those trucks in the top 5. Big run down the backstretch to the inside. Not enough time to get around Hook. To the outside. He blocks there as well. Marcus Hook is doing a great job at the front of the field right now. We're going to alternate through the cameras one final time in the race at the start-finish line, this time by, as we try to get our way around Marcus Hook. 35 laps to go. And then Xterra Energy 250 at Daytona. Another big block to the bottom. Trying to get to the top. Look at the zigzagging down the backstretch. As soon as we get a run on him, we just cannot make our way around. Hook is literally driving top to bottom to try and block us off. Another push coming from behind from Enfinger. And when will you see multiple lanes become a factor once again here? I'd have to assume once we can get alongside of Hook, that will likely be the start of seeing side-by-side action once again. And now we get the great run to the inside. Side-by-side through 1 and 2. Little to no help on the top for Hook, but look at the side draft he got. And now a push from Enfinger on the bottom. Hook almost cleared us off of turn 2. Very close. Couldn't quite get it done. Big side draft down the back straightaway. Now getting away from him towards the double yellow line. And clear going into turn 3. Chase Elliott to the lead again in the Truck Series at Daytona. With Enfinger, who has led arguably the second most laps tonight, in second place. So fitting enough, the 2 drivers who have led the most laps tonight are running first and second at Daytona. With Kyle Busch in 3rd. Marcus Hook falling back to 4th, still trying to work the outside himself. Peek into the top 5 along with Ben Rhodes. They're side by side back there. See Fogleton as well, 3rd in line on the outside. 3 lines forming mid-pack once again. Hook with another push from Tanner Gray. A big side draft again. Trying to side draft and back, just can't do it without any help from Enfinger. He's going to help us now, but it's too little too late. Hook going to drop to the bottom in front of us again. Another lead change at the line. Now up back to the top. Look at the big run on the bottom. Another big side draft going into turn 1. The idea, get as close as you can to your competitor without actually touching. Boy, we got close there, but I don't think we touched. Very aggressive racing in the latter stages here at Daytona. clear. Into turn 3. Enfinger to the bottom. Oh, barely clear. Almost lost the bottom of the racetrack. And look at those two trucks on the very outside trying to get it done. Can't tell exactly who it is from this far back. I believe it's Vogelson in the 0-2, but now he's not hung out to dry. And meanwhile, we're going to lose the positioning. Here comes Enfinger to the bottom. 3 wide, Kyle Busch hangs him out to dry. 3 wide for the lead. Kyle Busch back to the bottom now behind Enfinger. And Grant Enfinger to the lead. Look at the Thor Motorsport trucks coming through. Crafton is up to 3rd. 5th place is Rhodes looking for 4th to the inside. And Johnny Sauter lined up right behind Rhodes. All 4 Thor Motorsport trucks are in the top 6. 3 wide, middle. Side drafting with Matt Crafton. A push from Marcus Hook now from behind. Slight contact in the center of the corner with Crafton. Trucks bobbling around. Look at the big bobble by the 94. Clay Greenfield in the mix now. He's up to 6th. We haven't seen him towards the front of the field all day today. Up to 4th place behind Rhodes once again, clearing Sauter in the center of the corner. Big bump trap coming. We're going to lose him a little bit. Here comes Clay Greenfield. Big side draft though for Johnny Sauter, trying to get a run himself. Kyle Busch looking top to bottom for the lead. Big run on Rhodes to the inside. Can't pass below the double yellow line. We came back up the track in time. 3 wide for 2nd. Busch hung up on the outside. I believe there was contact between the 99 and the 24. Here comes Greenfield back down to push. Greenfield trying to get his way up to 3rd. And look at Enfinger pulling out with a huge lead with 29 to go. A huge lead for Enfinger. That could be costly. That could allow Elliott to get a big run off of turn 2 down the backstretch. We'll have to wait and see. We got a slow truck. I don't know if he just came out of the pits or if he's up in smoke. Kind of hard to tell from here. Oh, man. Trying to get to the left rear corner panel of Enfinger. Couldn't do it. Here comes Greenfield in the 68 again. And there is a truck that is all alone, not in a draft, staying out of the pits. Not sure who it is from this far away, but they could become a factor here in the battle for the lead, but not before the caution. So whoever that is definitely lucked out. Josh Reaume is the truck barely holding on to the lead lap. So Reaume was barely able to hold on to the lead lap there. After losing the draft, Christian Eckes will get the free pass, and Jennifer Jo Cobb still the only driver out of the race. This is caution number 5 with 28 laps to go here tonight. No big one to record yet. 4 fresh tires under this pit stop. It will be the final stop of the day. So 1 green flag stop and 1 stop under caution will be the 2 pit stops here today. Raider, hello. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Also, for any of you new viewers here in this one, for more daily NASCAR content, hit the subscribe button down below. We have full race live streams on NASCAR Heat on the daily. First night of NASCAR Heat 5, championship mode, with a realistic broadcast as you are seeing here in this one. We lost a lot of spots on pit road. I believe a lot of trucks took fuel only, as we lost a lot of spots. So from 3rd place, we fall back to 20th on the restart. Mid-pack, 25 laps to go at Daytona to decide the winner in the Truck Series season opener. Barely getting to the bottom. Very loose as well. That's going to clog up the inside lane. From mid to middle back of the pack, can we get our way to the front? This is the furthest back we have been since the start of this race. And again, we have to be careful. If we wreck and have more than 5 seconds of damage, we cannot repair it. That is my stipulation on these championship mode races. Career mode, there are DNFs, so that would be different. Plus, there's no realistic broadcast there either, so strictly for the championship mode. Big run on the inside, though, as we get up to speed here at Daytona. 24 laps to go, all the way to the bottom, 3 wide. Not a lot of room there. Crafton side drafting us. I believe Crafton took tires also, because I believe he lost a lot of spots as he gets squirrely in the middle of 1 and 2. Was able to catch it but he's going to lose a lot of momentum and a lot of spots on top of it. Fresh tires will help with the handling of the truck for sure compared to the rest of the field, but as far as speed goes, speed will be the same. It's all depending on how you are in the draft. Jesse Little in the 97 has been at the pack most of the race. He's running mid-pack here. So we go 3 wide up the middle. Seen Marcus hook towards the front of the field for the second half of this race. Oh, contact there. Tried to side draft Harmon. We got into him, getting into turn 1. Back to the bottom of the track right behind him. Who will win the season opener at Daytona, knowing that playoff implications are on the line from race 1 going forward? Every race matters too. Playoff points are at a premium with every win you can get. Plus, remember, the regular season champion gets 15 playoff points additional to start the postseason. With the custom schedule, we have a ton of tough and difficult races round by round through the playoffs. So we need as many points as we can get and to lock a spot up into the playoffs as quickly as, look at Gilliland about getting into the side of Rafael Lassard. Allowed us to get to the outside. Our run kind of stalls out though. Not a lot of help. Greenfield tried. Oh, we tried to slide in line behind the 38 of Gilliland. We couldn't do it in time. Oh, wow, we got loose off the exit of the corner. Really big wiggle after the bump draft, but being able to keep control, stay in the gas. Look at the run we've got. Back down to the inside once again. Up to 7th. Kyle Busch hung out on the outside of the track. No help. He's got his KBM teammate, Rafael Lassard, on the bottom. The Pug 30. Oh, geez. That was a bad idea to look at the chat there as we got into the wall. But, yeah, Pug, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I looked at the chat for 2 seconds and I ended up in the wall. Really the only mistake I've made like that all night tonight. Other than that, it's been pretty risky but clean driving for the most part. So we have not had a big one. Oh! Not wanting to get out of the gas late in the race as the 2 truck of Sheldon Creed pulls up to the outside right in front of us. We definitely got to get back to the inside as soon as we can. Timothy Polk, welcome to the stream. Yep, this is NASCAR Heat 5. Gold Edition came out today. Standard Edition comes out on Friday. Unless you pre-ordered Standard Edition, then you can pick it up today. To the bottom behind Friesen, still stuck about 14th right now. Remember, no stages, so it's not like we got a lot of stage points despite running in the top 10 most of the race. No stages for this custom schedule season. By the way, our stream high is 27 people watching at one point in time. That was about midway through the race. And a lot of you guys have stuck around for the entirety of this one, so I greatly appreciate that. 19 laps to go at the line this time. Angelo Ruck trying to fight for a top 10 spot. See a lot of upset possibilities that happen in any series when it comes to Daytona and Talladega. And you're seeing a 3-car group at the front of the field and then side-by-side racing going all the way back through the pack from 4th on back. Stuart Friesen trying to stay in front of us as we try to just get around as many trucks as we can at this point. Still enough time to get to the front of the field. Yeah, I tried to shout out as many people in the chat as I can. Obviously, the more viewers we get, it's a little harder, but I thought I did a good job at the very beginning. We had a lot of people jump on right away. But I believe I got through everybody, and if I didn't, I'm very sorry for that, but I bet I try my best. Oh, Jamie Little stalled out the end of the tri-oval. Look at the big run coming up the middle between Ty Majeski and Tyler Hill. And we got alongside of Lassard for 6, but then the run finally stalled out. We passed about 3 trucks going into turn 1, and a gap that pretty much wasn't there. Lassard, Tyler Hill on the outside. And now everybody back to the bottom as we try to side draft. We're still stuck on the top. Not a lot of help for now. We have seen the top side work today. There's just not enough trucks up there in the center of the corners right now. 17 to go in the season opener. Oh! A push from behind from Majeski got us loose into the side of the 52 of Friesen. He's still locking bumpers. He is not giving up, and neither is Chase Elliott. Elliott now to the bottom of the track right in front of Todd Gilliland. That was a risky move, but we had to get there. Kind of diving off into the corners a little too early. Saw us kind of bobble a little bit again because we got the left side tires to touch that double yellow line. We are back to the top 10, finally up to 10th place. Still 16 to go. There is time. But you need to take the lead as soon as you can. You cannot wait for the last lap, because if a caution comes out, the race is over. You cannot wait for the second to last lap, because you never know if the run you have earlier will be the last run or not. Up to 9th place at a push now from the Ford truck of Rafael Assard. Lined in behind Jason White. We're going to get underneath him, right behind Jesse Little going into turn 3. Tyler Hill might have allowed Little to get to the inside of him. Big block by Hill off the exit of the corner. We try to go towards the top again. Side draft on Little. Hill still up there for the moment. Trying to work together to at least get by Jesse Little on the bottom. I don't think it's going to work. We have locked bumpers now with Hill. He is still there. Little getting a pole on the bottom again. We're going to get on in line behind him and in front of Jason White in the 34. A lot of drivers you would not normally see at the front of the field, like Jesse Little, Tyler Hill, Jason White, all in the top 10. Joe Nemechek running in 5th place, trying to win the season opener. Side by side with Little. Big side draft there. The top 5 have really pulled away from 6th on back. You've seen a lot of battling going on back here. Hopefully, if we can get in front of Little and clear him, we can get single filed out and maybe catch this lead pack of about 5 cars. They're only about a half second ahead of us. And we're going to clear Little going into 1. That'll help. Jason White now up to 7th place. Little's going to be hung out to dry on the top side. And locking bumpers now is the 24 and 34 off of turn 2. Thanks for that comment there, the Pug. We are not staying single file very greatly right now. Tyler Hill now, unsponsored truck right behind us. That all black paint scheme up to 7th. He will push us now. They're still side by side behind. There's a lot of side drafting going on. And now the top 2 have checked out from 3rd, 4th, and 5th as they continue to run side by side. And that allows now a battle for the lead up at the front of the field. I believe Johnny Sauter leads this race. Not sure who's in the outside in 2nd place right now. I believe it's Austin Hill in the 16. I could be wrong. And I believe that is Matt Crafton in 3rd. What is going to happen here in the final 12 laps at Daytona? Mike Harmon now back to 5th. But how about Mike Harmon from the rear of the field to the front? You don't see Mike Harmon running at the front of the field like this, but he is at Daytona in the Truck Series tonight. And I feel like we are ever so close to trying to get a draft off of that front pack of 5 trucks. We're starting to pull the group behind us, and we are slowly trying to reel in this group in front. Tanner Gray also in the top 5. He's going to fall to the back of that line. He went for the lead there on Johnny Sauter, couldn't get it. Again, I believe it's Johnny Sauter. Not 100% sure. We'll find out hopefully pretty soon. We have caught the lead pack. It is a 6-car group at the front of the field. Big run to the outside of Gray. Move is going to work. Slingshot to the bottom now on Harmon. And quickly up to 4th place is Chase Elliott. Into the back bumper of Joe Nemechek with a push. In the center of 1 and 2. Now to the inside of Nemechek. A big side draft down the back stretch. Oh, slight contact going on. Desperately trying to get up to 3rd place. Enfinger in 2nd. Got to break up the 2 Thor Motorsport trucks at the front of the field. Sauter and Enfinger running 1-2. 10 laps to go at Daytona. This time by for Johnny Sauter. Had the run and it just kind of stalled out there. And now to the inside of Enfinger. He left the bottom open just enough. It's going to get interesting. Are we going to be able to clear him off the exit of turn 2? It's going to be close. Enfinger is there. Trying desperately. Can't quite do it yet. We are so close. Enfinger still there. A little contact. Barely able to clear him. Off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch. Barely able to clear Enfinger. 9 laps to go this time by for Johnny Sauter. Nine to go. To do more yeah, I don't plan on doing any more NASCAR Heat 4 vids. Strictly focused on NASCAR Heat 5. We've done a lot of NASCAR Heat 4, but I am keeping all those videos and streams up on the channel. From the prior championship mode seasons. I don't plan on doing any online lobbies for NASCAR Heat 5 in the immediate future. Probably within the next couple weeks. But I'll give you guys plenty of time to go out, get the game, get used to the game, get comfortable, and then, you know, we'll try to look at something here in the next few weeks. I got my trip for the All-Star race at Bristol next week as well, so I really want to get championship races in before that, knowing that I'll be gone for a few days there, so I'll try to stream on the road, but it's no guarantee at this point. Tough to tell this far out right now. I will leave a sub. So we've got 8 laps to go here at Daytona. Do I notice AI differences? I do. I do feel like the AI is racing a lot more compared to normal. You're seeing a freight train line for the most part right now, but look at the tandem group on the outside. A big run from Enfinger and Harmon trying to work the outside lane. Caution is out again with 8 laps to go, our 6th caution of the race, and this changes everything. Holden, we have not wrecked the entire race. We've had 6 cautions, but I have not seen a big one out of the rearview mirror at all today. Very surprising. Jennifer Jo Cobb still the only driver out of the race. I'm not sure who brought that caution out, but yeah, I'll probably get some career mode episodes during that time. There's a chance I'm not going to stream the day of the race, but the day after the race, so I'm still on the road, I'll probably end up streaming. I'll have more on that next week into the future when the time comes, but right now I'm just unsure. So here we go. I'd love to stream though. This is it. Buckle up tight. Here we go. 4 laps to decide the winner in the season opener at Daytona in the Truck Series. Green flag in the air. Johnny Sauter leads the field to the green. Chase Elliott on the outside. Who will get the advantage? Not a lot of help behind us for now. Mike Harmon is the truck lined up on the outside. Elliott trying to get the pull to the inside and clear into turn 2. Stayed in 3rd gear for a very long time to try and get that pole. Here comes Mike Harmon down to the top side. 3 wide for 2nd place. Harmon might get hung out. This is going to be interesting. What a restart on the top. Boss Lady, welcome to the stream. Aiden Rowland, welcome to the stream. This is Heat 5 for the Truck Series. No preseason races from what I found. A restart from the outside of the lead. Took the risk, staying in 3rd gear as long as I could. Stream high 28 viewers. A new record as we cross the line. 3 laps to go. And a big run back to the top. Could not block it. Tyler Hill going to push the 98 of Enfinger to the lead. A push coming from behind now from Sauter. We've seen aggressive bump drafting pretty much all day today and no huge accident. But what will happen in the final 2.5 laps here at Daytona tonight? Who will win the first race of the season and lock themselves into the playoffs? In line behind Grant Enfinger in the 98. To the inside, trying to beat him into the corner. We're there. Big run for Chase Elliott. Side by side for the lead. Off of turn number 4. Coming to the line for 2 to go. Enfinger going to get a big side draft on the top side again. Sauter is coming on the bottom. Will he give us help or will he go help his teammate Enfinger, who leads at the line? 2 to go. Robbie Dixon, welcome to the stream. To the lead in turns 1 and 2 for Chase Elliott. Sauter now, let's go. This is going to get us out in front. Big run on the top side coming. Elliott trying to block for dear life at Daytona. Here in the Truck Series, who will win? If we get to the white flag, the next flag will end the race, whether it is the yellow or the checker. Will we get there? Everybody staying straight. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go. The next Terra Energy 250 at Daytona. Enfinger getting a push from behind again there from Tyler Hill. Gonna be extra aggressive to try and get the first win in the first race on NASCAR Heat 5. Now to the top side. They're 3 wide for second. Rookie Tyler Hill unsponsored in the 56 truck with the run. Sauter still on the bottom, Hill on the top. Enfinger loses ground in the middle. He gets a little loose. Lost some ground. Into turns 3 and 4. Still 3 by 3, mid-pack, side by side for second between Hill and Sauter. Who will have the run to the checker flag? Here comes Hill on the top side with Enfinger. Too little, too late. Chase Elliott is going to win the Truck Series race at Daytona. Chase Elliott gets the win in the season opener. And in my first race on NASCAR Heat 5, we get the win in dramatic fashion, leading the final 2 laps. What a victory. It's Chase Elliott burning the house down. The fan favorite gets the win here tonight. A very close finish. Ended up being side by side with Johnny Sauter at the very end there. I went up to block Hill and Sauter had a big run to the bottom coming to the checker. If it would have been Talladega, Sauter would have beat us back to the line, but it is not. We were at Daytona for a reason. We'll take a look at that finish here. Real shortly. So here is the finish of the race coming to the line off of turn 4. See just how close this finish was. Probably the best group. So there we went up the hill to block Tyler Hill. And barely a side-by-side finish at the line. Looked like Sauter might have been a little closer on the actual live portion of the race, but it was definitely close nonetheless as he got the push from Kyle Busch, who looked like he barely ended up in 4th. Unbelievable race here tonight and clean all the way throughout. Not only we didn't get in a wreck, but no big one at all here today. Great racing at Daytona. 73 minutes total time on the race here tonight. We had 6 cautions total. So we round out your top 10. Chase Elliott first, Tyler Hill second, Johnny Sutter third, Riley Herbston fourth. That was not Kyle Busch, it was Riley Herbston fourth, who came from a lap down in this race to get back into the 4th place finish. Grant Enfinger 5th, Mike Harmon 6th, Joe Nemechek 7th, Todd Gilliland in 8th, Ross Chastain 9th, and Stuart Friesen rounds out the top 10. And I believe the only DNF in this race was Jennifer Jo Cobb, and Clay Greenfield brought out that last caution with 8 laps to go after running in the top 5, so he must have blew an engine or something of that nature. 30 cars finished on the lead lap. Unbelievable for this 100-lap race. And obviously the points lead after the first race of the season. There will be a playoff, so Chase Elliott is locked into the postseason. But of course, the quest for the regular season title to get the 15 playoff points and still try to win as many races as we can going into the playoffs. We'll try to win as many as possible. It'll be a fun ride, that is for sure. And there's Chase Elliott in victory lane, even though it doesn't look like Chase Elliott. It's still Chase Elliott. A great win there. 47.304 was the fastest lap ran. It was by us here tonight. We led 26 of 100 laps, so the most laps led in this one. And, of course, on the move from 30th to 1st. Josh Reaume had the toughest break. Finished 29th after starting in 4th place. That is going to be it for this one. Speed Weeks continues tomorrow night on the channel. We go with the Xfinity Series at Daytona. That will be 300 miles, 120 laps. So just 20 laps longer. Still a pretty short race, though, to start that Xfinity Series season. It'll be a lot of fun, of course, tomorrow night. This one was a lot of fun. They'll be tough to beat, and that will lead us up to the Daytona 500 on Thursday evening. There is a chance I could run a truck or Xfinity race earlier in the day, maybe do a doubleheader. But we will have the Daytona 500 Thursday. We will have the Xfinity Series at Daytona tomorrow. So Speed Weeks continues on NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more daily NASCAR content, such as these full race live streams I like to do daily with the realistic commentary. Hopefully you guys liked it. If you did, hit the like button down below. Hit the bell notification button if you do wish to subscribe so you guys don't miss an upload, because again, we do have daily videos on the channel, mostly NASCAR Heat realistic live streams. But when we're not doing that, we're usually breaking down predictions or post-race analysis videos for the upcoming Cup race. So we'll do that again on Sunday for Kentucky later in the week. But that's going to be all for this one. I'm going to get some sleep. I've got work in the morning. Hope to see you guys when I get off for NASCAR Heat tomorrow night. Roughly looking at 8:15 to 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, about the same time that we started this stream tonight. Will likely be the start time for the Xfinity Series race tomorrow. But obviously we won't have to go through the schedules like we did yesterday. Not yesterday. Like we did earlier at the start of the stream. That took about 20-25 minutes. We won't have that, so the race will get done probably closer to 10:30, quarter after 10 tomorrow night. You can almost guarantee it. But that is going to be it. Broke the record for viewers. Cole Parker, welcome to the stream. But, so